Taylor for coach.
First off, congratulations to the tournament field, everybody here. I felt just like a season. You got to start fast, got to play hard in the middle and finish strong. That's what got us here. We got out fast in the gates. We played hard in the middle and we didn't finish strong. The wheels fell off there in the sixth inning. And I don't care who you play, you have four errors in an inning or a game. It's going to be tough to beat anybody in postseason. And so I feel for our young kids. He comes out here to not perform on the stage. Proud of our veteran, right? She does what she does, and that's hit. And they didn't have an answer for her today, so pleased that she could shine on the bright stage. And now the mission is to get back to Championship Sunday, and we got to fight and claw, and we got to stay day tight. And how you stay day tight is staying game tight and pitch tight. So we'll take a look at this next game, see who comes out of this game, and see who our opponent will be, and then we go from there. But I'm proud of our team to punch our ticket here, and now we got to get to work. It's gonna be a fight, and we're excited to get after it tomorrow.
We'll first take in-person questions for Taylor. Anthony, go ahead.
Yeah, Taylor, obviously you went 3 for 3 today, two home runs. Just how important, what was working for you, just kind of first off, and then what do you think is, or how important is it for you guys to kind of keep that kind of hitting going into the elimination game tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it starts with a great warm up, and I think I was kind of feeling myself during the warm up. So in our just the vibe that we had going into the game, and everyone being happy, always pick someone up, and so obviously our offense is for the most part always great. So just keeping that up for the rest of the weekend.
And then just from your perspective, just what kind of went wrong in that sixth inning, and how do you guys kind of clean that up going into tomorrow?
Yeah, I just think we have a bunch of young kids in the infield, and mistakes are going to happen. So we just got to pick each other up better and just get the next pitch.
Taylor, following up on that, what is as a someone that's looked to as a leader on this team, what is your message to everybody to make sure that they are getting past that the right way?
Yeah, like I said, mistakes happen, and like Coach said, it sucks to be on a big stage and it happened, but it happens to all of us. So I just have to be better for myself and picking each other up. It's on my side of the field that some of those errors happen. So I think I could do a better job of, trying to give a pick me up and just, they got the next pitch.
Do we have any questions on Zoom for Taylor? All right, Taylor, thank you.
Proud of you. Thanks, John.
All right, we'll now take questions for Coach.
Yeah, just kind of same question, just with the sixth inning. I know there's the errors. Just what do you think was the big kind of shifter there, and how do you guys kind of make sure that doesn't happen again tomorrow?
You can't make excuses, right? I would say we may be the youngest in field, probably playing at this level. We had a last second injury that's day to day that kind of switched up our infield. And I think anytime, there's a slight edge when you're settled and, you make the routine plays because you've been playing together all year. And winners got to be able to adjust. And it's always got to be next woman up. And we got to slot in there. And we just got to lock it down a little bit more, pre-pitch. There's got to be more talk defensively. So everybody knows what's happening. We had opportunities to make plays in that sixth inning, and unfortunately, it's part of the game. Mistakes are going to happen, and so it's a learning opportunity for our group. If experience doesn't have to be your own individual experience; it can be evaluated experience. So even though we're young, they've been playing the game a long time. They've been watching the game at a high level, and so the expectation is we come out there and make plays. And so tomorrow, that's what we got to do. We got to take care of the ball. We can't give 4, 5, 6 outs in the inning. But yeah, I felt we gave that game away, and credit to them that, they put the pressure on, they swung the sticks, they got more aggressive late. And we didn't do enough to shut it. As we clean it up tomorrow, we're better. And I expect that from this group.
Considering the way things have gone up until that point, does that give you some confidence that this is something that is just a speed bump? Because it wasn't like y'all just didn't have anything at all today.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's why you play 7 innings, right? 21 outs. We feel the same way as they probably do. As long as you have swings, as long as if you have outs to play with, you have a shot to win any single ball game. And you never play the scoreboard. You don't win or lose until you do, until you get that final out. And so we got to be able to pick our heads up, and we got to be able to shelve that. We can't climb into the woods and be like, well, shoulda, woulda, coulda. It happened, the wheels fell off, the mistakes were made. You got to check it, and you got to be really tight here, in the mind, and know that you've earned the right to be on the stage. And we saw how competitive we were in this game, but we didn't come here to be competitive. We came here to win ball games, and I look forward to go to battle with this group. We're going to fight, and we're going to fight hard.
And then just with a different opponent tomorrow, and that's just kind of the way it is this time of year. Just what kind of goes into scouting, just with a decently quick turnaround.
Yeah, you do a lot of the scouting on the front end, and so we've got a good game plan coming in, and we'll see who the opponent is tonight. But we get to this level, whether you won or lost this game, yes, you want to stay in the winners bracket. That makes it a lot easier, right? But there's a lot of things that are well worth it, having to fight and to battle. And so, win or lose this game, as long as you win the next game, you could be sitting in the same situation and you still got to battle. And so, we're here to play 2 tomorrow, and we're here to punch our ticket to championship Sunday. And so it's going to be one pitch at a time. We're not looking too far down the road. Tonight, it's about hopping in those cold tubs, getting refreshed, having a good meal, watching film, flushing what we need to flush, have some conversations with kids. I got to be the engineer of belief and make sure they don't doubt themselves, and that they know that we can come out tomorrow and take care of business. We have the tools, we have the group, and I believe in this group.
Do we have questions on Zoom for Coach Stanton? Eric Lopez, go ahead.
Coach, as the game went on, did you see Oklahoma State do anything different with Copeland, or was it just a matter, just one of those things where plays weren't made for her? What did you see there in the back end of that game?
Well, we ran down the ball in the outfield. We drop a fly ball. We get a ground ball that we make an exceptional play on, but the plan was to go to 1. We don't make the right decision there. We overthrow a ball at the plate. We're probably out of the inning, right? If I do my math there, that's 3 outs. And so, that's the game. I think after we made those mistakes and opened the door, they took advantage of every opportunity we gave them. So, up to that point, I wouldn't say they did anything different, with the exception maybe got a little more aggressive, and that's the game. You're going to buckle in and take your hacks and take your swings. Has to be a little bit cleaner. You don't have to be perfect on D. If we're a little cleaner on D, I think that inning looks a lot different, and the game may look a little bit different. And you can't go back and replay that. It is what it is, and hats off to them, and congratulations to Oklahoma State being in the winners bracket right now.
You mentioned your infield's one of the youngest in the regionals here. Do you think the game sped up too fast for them in a couple of cases there?
I think we just made mistakes. I watch them in practice every day. They make plays. It got bigger, maybe it got fast. But I believe in our group, and when somebody goes down, the next person slotted can get the job done. And so, the easy thing to say is, maybe it got too fast. It's just the same game, and you got to make plays regardless of who your opponent is. Got to be at your best when it matters most. And in the 6th inning, late in the game, we weren't at our best. And I believe this group tomorrow can shelve that, and we will be at our best, and we'll come out and we'll play hard, and we'll make Indiana University and Hoosier Nation proud.
Any more questions for Coach Stanton? Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.